Hello there, everybody. It's Tigitar here, and welcome back to episode 5 here on Tigaria. I've been doing a little bit of work right around the world spawn and trying to prepare the spawn platform and teleporter hub and that kind of stuff. So, I just wanted to do kind of a quick update video on what I've been working on here. I got a nice tower going on the left hand side, and I've also detailed the little underground green parts. So the green areas actually have a couple of functions, one of which is to provide two houses. We have the dryad down here and also the zoologist. And with those guys here, it activates our pylon. So from here, we can use a pylon network and go anywhere else in the world right from where we start. So that should be pretty handy. I guess that's probably only the main really functional part that these mossy cave bits serve. But other than that, I just tried to fill them in with as much greenery as I could to make them look really neat and lush and sort of support the rest of the build around it. I've also upgraded the pylon a little bit. I widened the space for it, and then I added these white painted bricks on the outside of the pylon. And I also put diamond gemspark blocks behind these bricks, and that way it really lights it up and gives it a cool effect, especially at night. For most of the main structure, I'm still sticking with a somewhat randomized combination of pearlstone bricks, ebonstone bricks, and crimstone bricks, actually. So just the hallowed, corrupt, and crimson variants of the regular stone bricks, and of course they're all painted white. And I'm actually really happy with it so far. They're going together quite nicely. And so same thing I used around the pylon down underneath here. However, on the most outside piece of each little point, I used a platinum brick and painted that white just to give it a little bit more brightness than the rest of them. I've discovered that platinum bricks are a nice contrast for where I want just a little bit more brightness. Down underneath here, I also got green emerald gemspark walls in the back, and I have lights in here that provide light for the NPC housing, but I turn them off and just let the glow of the gemspark blocks light up the whole area. It's much greener and more alive looking that way. And I tried to make it so the curvature of it kind of draws everything back to the pylon in the center. I have also grew some purple moss on the outside of the stone, and on the inside there's some green moss that sort of help to add texture and color. The main walls that I used in here was just a kind of random mix of all the natural stone walls that you can craft with ectomist. And I also mixed in, of course, flower walls and jungle walls, sort of in the main central areas closer to the greenery, and then left the edges of the cave to the more rocky wall types. So then I started moving over to the first, pillar tower structure. So my idea is to have two of these, of course. Now that I have the first one mostly done, I will have to build a second one opposite it and mirror it, and then that will provide these teleporter pads. And so there's actually 7 additional teleporter pads in this tower right now. So that should provide us with plenty of space to teleport out, just in terms of general like teleporter destinations, should we ever need extras to go anywhere that we want to. So there should be plenty of space in here to fit switches and then indicate which ones go where. Looking at it now, there isn't that much room for signs, so I might want to change the layout a little bit. Maybe the interior decoration could be changed. I'm not totally set on these potted plants that I have in here. I may change them out, or maybe just some of them out with like a gold throne or two, and see how that looks instead. If we continue past the tower, then it opens up into the little section of super tall trees that we have. I did have to chop down one of the trees to make this tower fit. Otherwise it just would have been way too small. And so I'm planning on having like maybe some kind of royal garden that presents these tall trees here in the future that we can build around. And then this balcony you can come out and overlook it, or just drop down and explore it from there. Again, the main structure for the walls of the tower here are all the pearlstone, ebonstone, and crimstone painted white. However, you'll notice that there are little indented sections where I used palladium columns and painted those white, and so it added that different texture on the outside surface. And then I used the wrought iron fence to stick out from the side, and I'm still wondering, I may add some platforms and paint them white, and then maybe we could hang banners from them. We could hang some white banners, or yellow banners maybe would fit well. So that's still an option for the outside here. Another couple of balconies up top, or the little balcony ledge, I actually used iron grates and painted them white. Same with this small bridge that leads from the starting platform over to the tower entrance. Inside, I have marble columns on near the center, same that I used as the supports out here in this section. In the center, in line with the teleporters, is actually white painted mahogany fence, like over here. Down below here, I actually made the tower a little bit skinnier down here, so I sort of inversed the design and just had one marble column in the center. And the floor right next to the teleporters is actually smooth marble painted white. It's a little bit brighter and more shiny than even the white painted bricks. And so I used that next to the teleporter, and then the bricks down below, of course. For the doorways here, I have sandstone columns painted white. I found that the brick texture matches the best with the wall structure and everything else. So I like that a lot. And then, of course, there's just a few windows that I tried to fit in on the sides here, behind the potted plants, of course. And so I think it all turned out pretty cool. I'm definitely happy with it so far. I especially like the little roof on top up here. Gold bricks with platinum bricks mixed in for the extra bright whiteness. And behind the platinum bricks on the interior, I used gem spark blocks again, the diamond ones, to really make it glow, especially at night. Although even during the day, since it's solid gold, the interior does get that glowing effect. So that's pretty cool. I like that a lot. In terms of lighting, it's just marble chandeliers, lamps, and a few lanterns down here where the chandeliers wouldn't fit. And it's okay for now. I'm happy with it, but it, again, could probably be improved as I keep tweaking the interior as we go along. But I think it's in pretty good shape and good enough to go ahead and start building the second one over here. I'll go ahead and do that and just mirror this one. And now that I have this first one done, it should be much easier to toss the second one up, and it should take almost no time at all in comparison. One part that's a little bit funny here is still the very bottom. I want it to kind of come to a point at the bottom, and I was debating on whether to maybe put some like fire and make it look like there's a rocket jet down here that's actually like propelling the structure and holding it in place, but I'm not really sure. So this area is still kind of a question mark for me a little bit, but I'm sure that we will find something cool to do with it before too long. I have doorways down here on the very bottom that I'm planning on making a walkway out here, maybe a bridge over to a section underneath the pylon that somewhat mirrors the platforms that we have up above, and we can have an area to walk through down here, and it may serve some other special purpose, but I'm not quite sure what it is. I just know that I do want to have something down here connecting the bottom of the two towers eventually. Same thing kind of up on top here. We have this balcony on the inside of the tower, and I'd kind of like to make some more platforms and cool looking things up in this area above spawn, and then have bridges that connect it from the two pillars on either side. So that's kind of my vision for this. And then of course, expanding outwards from the center hub here that we have started on, I'm imagining floating pathways with grass and white bricks to try to fit the theme in, but then those pathways will take you off to different sections of the base, and maybe there'll be other teleporters that you can walk to that are designated to take you to the other sections of the base. or something like that. Again, we still have the main teleporter right on spawn, and I'm probably going to save this for the biggest draws in the world. So Are You Smarter Than the Guide will probably remain one of the destinations on this first teleporter, so that you can just take it right, get right over to here at any point. And maybe in the future, once we are able to construct like a PvP arena or an obstacle course or anything else like that, we'll again have those big mini game projects at their own special location from the central teleporter here. The framework is starting to come together more and more as I work on it little by little here, but I just wanted to do a quick little update here. It probably won't be very long at all, of kind of where it stands now and what the design is starting to look like. So I hope you guys are enjoying it. I'm really happy with the design so far, and I'm excited to continue it and expand it to fill in the rest of the spawn platform. I think that would be a great place to start with for this whole project. And then, who knows, before too long, we should be able to get into some more mini game creation or things like that. So really fun stuff. Anyway, the song of the episode is going to be Lemon by U2. You probably know of U2. They're a really popular band, but you might not know Lemon. It's a very interesting song. It's very different from most of their music, I'd say, but it's definitely enjoyable and fun to listen to. So check that out if you'd like to, and have an awesome rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching.